Me after hearing this again. Your body can only absorb 30 grams of protein per meal. Not this again. It's not that simple.
Stop. Delete that from your brain right now. That advice you can only absorb 30 grams of protein per meal has been repeated by bodybuilders, influencers, and even some coaches for over a decade. There is just one problem. It was never true. I am Prasad Veerasingh, consultant registered dietitian and diabetes care education specialist at Harper University Hospital here in Michigan. I am going to show you exactly what the 2026 research says about how much protein your body can actually use. Plus, the one group of people who actually need to be careful with high protein intake. By the end, you will know exactly how much you need. No science required. If that sounds useful, hit the subscribe button below. I post evidence based breakdowns every week. Let's go! So, where did this 30-gram limit myth actually start? It traces back to a 1997 study called the Boyer study, and I need you to pay attention here because this is where everyone gets it wrong. The study looked at two types of protein, whey and casein. Researchers found that 30 grams of whey spiked blood amino acids within 3 to 4 hours. Casein took over 7 hours, a slow, steady release. Somewhere along the way, the fitness industry interpreted this as you need to eat protein every 3 hours or your muscles will disappear. But here's what the study did not say. Number one, it did not say 30 gram is the maximum. It just happened to use 30 grams. Number 2, the protein was consumed on an empty stomach with no other food. In real life, you are eating protein with fats, fiber and carbs, which slow down digestion significantly. Number 3, the body has autoregulatory mechanisms. When you eat more, digestion simply takes longer. So the 30 grams rule was never based on evidence. It was based on a misinterpretations of evidence. If you have heard this myth before, drop a muscle in the comments. I want to see how many of us were taught this. Okay, so if 30 gram is not the limit, what is the limit? This is where the 2023 Tromelin study changed everything. Researchers took 36 resistance trained men and split them into 3 groups after a workout. Group number 1, 0 grams of protein. Group number 2, 25 grams of protein. And group number 3, 100 grams of protein. I want you to really hear this. The 100-gram group did not just match the muscle protein synthesis of the 25-gram group, they exceeded it, not just for the first few hours, across the entire 12-hour measurement window. In fact, the difference became more pronounced over time, and they stopped measuring at 12 hours, so the effect likely lasted even longer. But wait, doesn't the excess protein just get burned as fuel? That's another myth. The study found that less than 15% of the additional protein was oxidized, burned off. The rest was being put to work building and repairing tissues. This means one large protein rich meal can keep your body in an anabolic muscle building state for half a day or more. Now, I can already hear the comments, but what about kidney damage? Let's address that next because this is where the nuance really matters. The second biggest fear around high protein intake is kidney damage, and I'm going to give you the most evidence-based answer available right now because a 2025 systematic review just analyzed 72 studies on the exact question. Here's what the research says. For people with healthy kidneys, high protein diets result in something called adaptive hyperfiltration. Fancy word. Simple meaning. Your kidneys work a little harder. That is temporarily. It's reversible. And here's no evidence of long-term damage in healthy individuals. The 2025 study reveals that high-protein diets in healthy adults results in adaptive, reversible hyperfiltration without long-term renal damage. But, and this is a critical, but there's a nuance. A 2025 enhanced analysis of over 17,000 US adults found a modest association between higher protein intake and slightly lower EGFR. That's a kidney function measure, about 2.6 milliliter per minute lower for every 100 grams of protein per day. Before the comment section panics, listen to me. The researchers themselves concluded these findings do not support broad protein restrictions in healthy adults without CKD. The effect was modest and more pronounced in older adults above 65 years old. Here's the bottom line for kidney health. If your kidneys are healthy, and I mean medically confirmed healthy, not I feel fine, high protein intake is not dangerous. If you have existing kidney diseases or you are at high risk, like diabetes, high blood pressure, family history, you need to be very careful. That is where protein restriction is actually therapeutic. And if you are an athlete doing prolonged high protein intake, especially from animal sources, the 2025 review suggests you may want to monitor kidney function over a period of time. See nuance. Not protein is bad or protein is always safe. It depends on you. Alright, let's get practical. How much protein do you actually need? Here are the evidence based ranges. If you are sedentary, meaning little to no exercise, the recommended dietary allowance 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. That is fine. That's about 55 grams per day for a 150 pounds person. If you are active, exercising 3 to 5 times per week, you need 1.2 to 1.7 grams per kilogram. If you are an athlete or older adult, here's where the number goes up. Older adults actually need more protein, not less, because of something called anabolic resistance. Their bodies do not respond to protein as efficiently, so they need higher doses to stimulate muscle synthesis, 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram. Let me give you an example of what this looks like in real food. For a 150-pound active adult targeting 100 grams of protein per day, breakfast 3 eggs plus Greek yogurt, just 30 grams. Lunch 4-ounce chicken breast, quinoa, and for dinner 5-ounce salmon, lentils. Snack protein shake or cottage cheese. That's 110 grams. Done. No need for 200 grams. No need for 6 meals a day. And here's my favorite part of the new research. The Trommelin study means you don't have to obsess over meal timing. Intermittent fasting, fine. 3 meals a day, fine. 2 meals a day, probably fine if you are getting enough total. The body is adaptable. Stop stressing about the 3-hour window. Now, I want to address the protein maxing trend directly. Yes, protein is important, but more is not always better. I am seeing influencers promote 200, 250, even 300 grams of protein per day. Here's the problem with that. Number one, your body has diminishing returns. Once you hit about 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram, additional protein provides minimal additional muscle benefit. Number two, excess protein means excess calories, and excess calories from any macronutrient lead to fat gain. Number three, and this is the one no one talks about, protein source matters. The 2025 kidney review noted that prolonged high intake, especially from animal sources, may accelerate renal functional decline in some populations. Plant-based proteins, beans, lentils, tofu, tempeh, even seitan, don't show the same association. They come with fiber, phytonutrients, and lower acid loads. So, if you are going to eat high protein, diversify your sources. Do not just live on chicken breast and whey shakes. And please stop buying protein fortified junk food. That protein bar with 20 grams of protein but 15 ingredients. It's still ultra processed food. You are better off eating real food. This is the kind of nuanced advice you won't get from a fitness influencer. Tap the bell icon so YouTube actually shows you my next video. I am doing a full breakdown of plant versus animal protein sources. Let me leave you with this. The 30 gram per meal limit is a myth. Your body can utilize much more protein than you have been told, especially after exercise. High protein diets are safe for healthy people, but if you have existing kidney disease or risk factors, talk to your provider. And your actual protein target is simpler than influencers make it. No 6 meals a day required, no 3 a.m. protein shakes needed. If this video helped you unlearn a myth or gave you clarity on your own nutrition, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find evidence based content. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What's the biggest nutrition myth you have been told? I read every comment. I might make a video debunking the most upvoted one. I am Prasad Veerasinghe, consultant registered dietitian at Harper University Hospital. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.